Hmm. Hello everyone. So my name is Julian Morillo, and this is my final present performance task for our biology project, my diffusion experiment. And oh, hello. Hi there. My camera's been glitching lately, and if you're wondering why my hands are blue, it's because of the experiment I did earlier, and I will show you that later. So first, before we start, I will explain for you what is diffusion. So diffusion is the movement of particles from a lower concentration to a higher concentration, and it is a type of passive transport in our cells. Diffusion happens because particles in gases and water, gases and liquids, move freely, and diffusion is an and lastly, diffusion is a important process in our cells because it is how substances moves in and out of the cell. So, what are examples of diffusion? So, examples of diffusion are, or the, what do you call it? The experiment I'm going to show you, the water and food coloring experiment, and there are other types examples of diffusion like a Coke bottle. When you open it, the gases inside spread out to the outside air, and and in respiration in our body, respiration in our cells, it is an example of diffusion, where the respiration produces waste carbon dioxide, causing the amount of carbon dioxide to increase in our cell. Eventually, the carbon dioxide concentration in the cell is higher than the surrounding blood, so the carbon dioxide then diffuses out through the cell membrane and into the blood. So that's some of the examples. I what is the that is how what is so that's how I explain diffusion, and how is diffusion important to our body, and example of diffusion. And now I will now show you the experiment. Hello everyone, this is my diffusion experiment, and the materials I use for this experiment are food coloring and two glasses of equally amount water, one cold and one hot warm. And this is the part when I put warm the food coloring in the water, and I accidentally put the food coloring in the colder water first, but if you can see in the video, the food coloring in warm water is now catching up with the cold water. So the explanation for this is that particles in warmer water moves faster than colder water. So that is why the food coloring in the warmer water is catching up with the colder water. In this part of the video, I sped this two times. I sped this video in two times, and you can see here the the warmer water is almost covered in blue food coloring, and the colder water is still it is not fully covered in food coloring. So this is my experiment in diffusion. So, and you can skip about a few seconds here if you're bored of watching this part, because I just left the camera about a few minutes of recording. So you can skip about 30 seconds from this, and that's all. Goodbye. Oh, you're done? So I hope that my virtual self explained everything in the video, and I hope you enjoyed this my video. It took me a long time to edit and render in the same time, and hope you learn new things about diffusion. So thank you for watching. So this is me signing off.